1989 by Neil Diamond. Since then, it has only increased in popularity, and it's still enjoyed by many. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Dana Guy and I'm in 8th grade and I play the flute. Our next song is called Land of a Thousand Dances. It was first published in 1962 by Chris Kenner. The song lyrics are mostly a list of dances that were popular in this era. Some of the dances are Danny and the Memories, The Midnighters, and Twist. Vance Domino got a composer credit even though he had nothing to do with writing it. Kenner offered him the credit and half the money if he recorded. Wilson Pickett is one of the people that made this song popular. When writing this song, Chris Kenner was inspired by an old spiritual song that was sung in the American South, which was called Children Will Go Where I Send Thee. Kenner was a New Orleans songwriter and performer who died in 1976. Our arrangement of the song was made by Robert Longfield. I hope you enjoy our arrangement of Land of a Thousand Dances.
great flute player. And our next song is Lowrider, which was written by the band Bohr and Jerry Goldstein in 1974 and introduced in the 1975 War album, Why Can't We Be Friends? The song reached #1 on the Billboard R&B single chart and #7 on the Hot 100 singles chart. Lowrider then had a comeback as the George Lopez theme song in 2002. We hope you enjoy our version of Lowrider, arranged by Michael Brown.
And I'm an 8th grade alto saxophonist. Tonight, I would like to introduce the next song, I'll Be There by the Jackson 5, arranged by Mr. Duran. When Mr. Duran arranged this song, he dedicated it to his only grandchild, Colin Michael Duran. Now he has 7, so he now dedicates this song to all of his grandchildren. This song features the alto saxophones, in which they have a 4-part solo. The song's lead vocalist, Michael Jackson, was just 11 years old when he recorded it. This song landed the Jackson 5 to a #1 on both the Hot 100 and R&B charts in 1969. Now please enjoy one of my favorites, I'll Be There.